Da 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 da.
This is the Mad Scientists. I am Mad Frankie. This is Violet Igel. There she is. There she is. There we are. Tickle, tickle.
That's my girl. Come on, you can do it. You got GE. Good enough. Okay.
Lovely.
Paula says, hold on. Her stream is going weird. Give her a minute. Okay. We're not
Okay.
going to do nothing till she's ready. Right.
Pretty soon I shall be able to see names because I should put this up out of the way so that you can see instead. See better what's going on.
Hi, Marta. Okay, I'm going to say hello to everybody. So you do something there. I want to say again, hello to Lisa. Hello to Sandy. Hello to Liz. Who else do we have? Marta and Paula so far. Oh, and Candy is here. I missed seeing Candy earlier. Hello, Candy.
Here near the beginning of the chat, so I said hello to her.
Yep, I missed that. Well, I'm not on top chat. Now I am. There we go. Now I'm all fixed.
Chat, you don't want to be on top chat, you want to be on full chat, all chat.
Yeah. I got it. Okay, Paula's ready. She's all good now. Let's get this. Let's get this.
So anyway,
this party started.
I have some things to show you. I think I might move that gel plate because I'm not sure we'll get to that. We might have too much other things to do. So it might be bumpy over there. Move that. So I have various things here. You know this sticks thing that's going on. I can't remember what it is. It's collab, is it?
Yes.
I'm not, something like that. But it's there's one that is the YouTubers and one that is the non-YouTubers, and I think I'm just tagging along at the back, you know, because I can't guarantee that I'll be ready for anything. So I'm just here saying this is what I've been working on while you lot have been doing fantastic things. I've just been muddling about and going. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what I get up to. And we're also going to have a look at some altered playing cards. This is one I did yesterday with Violet in a little private stream that we did to check that I had everything. And guess what? I didn't. So there were lots of pauses while poor old Violet entertained the non-existent people. So okay, if we make it...
Before we go further,
what's happening?
You need to take me off. Let's get you centered up correctly. You held the card up really nicely. We've got a nice shot of your teacup. Hi, Anne. Welcome. Thank you, Candy. I'm making paper beads. And yes, striking sticks or something like that is what Lisa says the collab is about.
Sorry, I should stop talking over you because it distorts the sound. I can't.
We're all right. We're all right. You know what? It just makes people laugh at us more. That's all right. Laughter's good. The card you did yesterday. Let's go back to that. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun creating that. Yeah.
This one has stage 2 on it.
Yeah.
Because I stamped on it. A background was one I had quite a lot of. I'll show you those in a moment. And this was a background I had some of on a playing card. No, it wasn't. I actually sprayed this one while we were there. That's what I did with that one. Sprayed that one and then used some vintage inks. They're Ranger inks.
Okay, that one in your left hand. Hold it right where your stick thing is. Hold it right there. That's a nice spot to get a good light. Uh-oh, Fran froze. Hang in there, everybody. There we go. Right there. Lovely.
I'm sorry, sitting on my desk wondering what you were saying. I didn't freeze. I just went, what?
Oh, okay. There
at least I hope
where your wagon wheel thingy is. That's a nice spot with a nice light, and anything you do, that's a good spot right there.
Okay. So we'll move the wagon wheel. I'll show you these. Now, as I said, these two had the background, the colours on the backgrounds.
Yep.
And this one I stamped with a this stamp,
Harlequin.
rocks and things on it.
Clock. Yes, first the
Right.
clock.
Then we used a stencil for the Harlequin.
Yep.
That's up here. I still got it from here. It's one of these. It was that one.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. And this one, I used the round bits on top for the, what was I using? I was using some Liquitex, this stuff. Ooh, doesn't matter which one it is, it really doesn't. Modeling paste, high density. I just quite like the feel of that one.
Yes, you did.
I add paint to each one, so I've got some paint in little pots. So this one had copper. It's not particularly coppery, but that's what I added to this. Amsterdam copper. And the Pabeo modeling paste, that one up there.
Yep, made that up yesterday.
Yeah. I also did a blue one.
Hi, Julie. Hi, Colleen. Okay, moving on.
Kitty litter. That's got kitty litter in it for the next stage, which I was doing some of.
Yes.
Of this. So I made myself a diamond shape by hand. Now, no measurement. I couldn't be bothered.
Well, you have some right down there by your. You have some laying there, some blanks.
Have I?
Yeah, they're right there under right above your cards.
Oh, yeah, yes, blanks. Those are the blanks, you see.
Yep.
I'll come down a little bit. But I've got a couple more somewhere. Just fallen over, I expect.
Hi, Evie. We missed you too.
Fallen into the pot. Yes, they have there in there. So there's another one.
There you go.
And I did a little tiny one too.
Yep.
Now these are not finished. They will need gel medium on them because they're sort of the kitty litter is kind of isolated from the card, even though we've got both colours. So I would put some gel medium on as well, but I'll put more colour on as well because the back of the card isn't particularly intense in the colour.
Can you hold the biggest one up so we can see the actual texture of those? Yeah, kind of sideways. Can everybody see? That's kitty litter. I watched her make this blue stuff. It's kitty litter gravel that she put in the jar, and then she poured the Klein blue paint over it and stirred it up and let it set.
It's actually the kitty litter is cat sand. Don't tell everybody. But you can get the ones that look a bit like gravel, like that, and they are highly absorbent. Yeah, so they say. Well, it works okay. So I've got some bits to touch up here where obviously the paint went in over the bubble, over the cavity, and didn't quite go into it. When it dried, it shrank away. So I've got to touch those bits up. Same with this one, some little touchy-uppy bitties. But I have a feeling that the lid of this isn't too secure, and I've got a feeling that what's in here has now set.
But you have
Klein blue.
You have the
kitty
flow
litter.
improver.
Sorry?
You have the flow improver. Won't that help?
No, what I put in here was Easy Klein blue, kitty litter, and airbrush medium.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What? So airbrush medium is a nice thin stuff that goes doesn't dilute it as it would with water because that would reduce the bonds. Yeah.
Yes.
So I prefer to use things like airbrush medium, GAC 100, things like that are actually an acrylic medium. Oh, there you go. Go on. Yes. Take him out. This is going to be painful.
It looked like little white gravel, and so she told me that if I could find little bits of gravel, then use that.
Yeah, that will work wonderfully. Yes, yeah. But you still, so that's fine.
Yeah. Because the kitty litter is absorbent, right?
And you don't use Easy Klein. I'm just new to me, and I'm sort of using it all the time. Flipping expensive stuff. There, you'd be just as well off with something like a Deco Art metallic ice blue. Probably be really nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be lovely. Something like that, or any other blue. I've got this one here, which is an Art Studio. What's that? I have no idea what Art Studio is. Cobalt. That's a nice blue too.
I like that. Do you have the card, or did you want to show the card that you made already done with all this, so they could see where you were going?
Yes. Well, there's one here. Let me grab it. This is one of the ones I was sort of trying to copy. I couldn't quite remember everything I'd done, you see, so I'm trying to think back. I did find 2 videos on altered playing cards, but neither of them told me the things I wanted to know, which is bad, very bad.
Well, then you create your own video. You create your own.
No, it was my video. That's
Oh,
what I mean. That's so bad. It was my own video. 2 videos I made, and neither one explained everything. Really bad. So anyway, I've used different stuff on this one. You can see that it's more sort of sculptural on here, or you might be able to see that it's more sculptural on there, that pale blue. Now that will be a modeling paste or a gel of some sort with color in it added to it. So it's not a stencil butter. I know that for sure because I made these before stencil butters came out. So
Julie
there we
wants
go.
to know, is that alcohol ink in the background?
Background of what?
Well, of
the
your
color. No. You know, I'm not sure. It could be vintage. Looking at the colors, it could be the vintage because they have those sorts of colors in there. It's quite possible. Don't know. It's a long time ago I did that. You might have to look. I might have to look before the playing cards video to see if there's anything on how I did that, which I very much doubt. I was only playing. I mean, yeah, okay. So I've got lots of those left, so I can choose some. See?
Yeah.
These are the ones that I've done to be the similar sort of size. They're actually the ATC size, so they're 3.5 by 2.5 or whatever it is that the ATC size is. I can't remember.
Right.
They're all done like that, you see. And I think it could be vintage because I would have let things drip like that, you see, with those ones. Going for rusty color.
I'm doing that yesterday too. That drippy red stuff you did.
Some of that.
Yeah.
A purple, shiny. You see the shiny?
These cards are something you made quite a while ago, and they've just been sitting there looking, waiting for more ideas.
Yep. Well, they were there in the altered playing cards box, which I ought really to cover and pop some nice things on. Because it's a shame otherwise. I mean, you're just looking for another brown box. It's boring and not so easy to spot. These are the bits of paper, well, card actually, because I used the same sort of card as I used here. And I just went playing with colours. Now, what did I use on this one? I used cattail copper brown at this end.
Yep.
It was actually this way round, in case you say. Cattail copper brown at this end, and the Perfect Pearls Mist in copper on that side.
Yep.
Now, the trouble is, I went trying to find the cattails, the Perfect Pearls
copper,
and I just couldn't find it anywhere.
I can't find it either. Hi, Martha. So
I've got a nasty feeling that the Perfect Pearls Mist people went out of business. Oh, it's Ranger, so it shouldn't really. You have to. Everybody's got to contact them and say, "We want some of this lovely stuff."
Yeah, absolutely. Paula has a question.
Perfect copper, Perfect Pearls Mist.
Paula has a question. She wants to know. Oh, I've lost the question. She wants to know what is vintage.
I will show you. I have a whole box full of them.
And
they're also yes.
Anne also has a question.
Yes.
Do alcohol inks ever become permanent, or are they always subject to being reactive?
Well, I don't know. I've not actually tried that. But what I normally do is I normally put a cover over things. If I think it's going to move, then I'll spray it with a sealer, and then I'll go over it with something like heavy gel gloss, or not the heavy one, maybe a light soft gel gloss, or if I don't want gloss, then a matte one, or Mod Podge, or what I've used here, which I like better than Mod Podge, is the Collage Podge. That's a matte one. I use that quite a bit over the top. It's water resistant, glue sealer, and finish. and it's rather nice. It seems to work better than the Mod Podge, and it's not so sticky. It's not inclined to stick to things as much, I've found.
Good
But
to
that
know.
may just be the environment.
Martha says vintage is usually used for metals. That's what I use for my altered spoons. My tongue don't work today.
What it's made for. It's made to go on metals, right? So
Right?
it says just vintage metal paints that I wrote on there, because that's what it is.
Good.
And these are the ones I used yesterday. I'm trying to find one of the ones I used, because on the little one, the one that's actually playing card size, this size, I used the bronze on that. Clay, sandstone.
Yes, take notes, ladies. We're getting information today. Take your notes.
Well, this is what I put on the top, the aged bronze, right? So I can sort of draw with it because it's got such a small nozzle, and it's always handy to keep a pin handy. I had to go and hunt for my pins because I didn't have them immediately handy. Because you've got to pierce it. Is my pin over here? So I use these with the little thingies on the top and just pierce it to make sure it runs. That's if you could see the hole and poke it in.
Yep, this is where we had a bit of delay. This is why yesterday was so much fun, because you had to keep running off and finding things.
I knew another room, but not where. So I had to go and go, say some poetry while I go and get the pins.
So what she did was use the vintage paints on what you see on the table there, and that is cardstock. That is not metal. That is well,
that is a playing card. The other one is cardstock. That's cardstock.
Right.
But I didn't but I think I might have used them on the background when I was first making. It was just a sheet of A4.
Right.
Or in A3, I don't know.
Okay.
And I just and used those colors, you know.
And the ones on the table are also cardstock.
Yeah, same sort of card.
Yep.
The A3 size. I just chopped it down and I made a couple of cards to do, and off we went.
Okay.
So
and then
these are
the vintage paints, for anyone wondering, are by Ranger Rick. They're vintage paints, patina. Ranger,
what do you mean?
Ranger Rick. What did I say? Ranger Arts.
Oh, yeah, Ranger. You know, the ones that do all the Tim Holster. Ranger
Rick. Whatever.
They're called metal paint.
People are taking notes, so I want to make sure I got this clear. The vintage paints are for like patinas. They're for metal. They're put out by Ranger. The other thing I would like to see you show again more clearly is your collage sealer, because that's good to know that it doesn't get sticky. That's a collage.
Collage Podge. Pauge, P-A-U-G-E, Pauge. Collage Podge, I think you could pronounce it.
I think so. And that's matte.
It's Aileen's.
Aileen's. See, I love her glue.
Designed by Tracy Barrister.
And if you can't find that, at least you can find something similar.
I would be inclined not to use Mod Podge.
Yeah.
I've now invented one that doesn't stick to everything, but I haven't found one yet. And I've given up trying, basically. So because there's so many other gels and mediums on the market that do work without sticking. So why bother?
So Paula has another question. Can you use the vintage on your gel plate?
I don't know, because I got the vintage so long ago that it's been sort of in a back cupboard somewhere for some time. So I haven't had it out to have a try. I don't know.
Hi, Lori. I saw you this morning making your journal. Good job. You inspired me.
I can't remember what color that one was. Can you remember which one I used?
I thought you
verdigris.
the vertical.
Verdigris.
Yeah.
So the aged bronze here and
Yep.
the verdigris here, again, writing with it, to make lines, because I wanted it to be
Yep.
more lining. Well, we put a rather, when I'd unblocked the aged bronze with the pin and first put it down, there was rather a lot went down, so that
Yeah.
made that snap, but I quite like that, so that's not a problem.
Martha says
of
the
this card,
vintage. Martha says the vintage are very heavy. I know alcohol inks will stain your plate, and I've learned that from watching Sharon, because she has 2 gel plates that are yellowed from alcohol inks. What the vintage would do, I don't know, because it is made from metal.
no, it's not made from metal, it's
Or
made for
for metal is what I said. It's made for metal.
yeah. It says irritant contains ethylene glycol, monobutyl ether. But they probably don't say everything. It's probably one of those what's it sheets that tells you stuff.
Yeah.
M something. I can't remember
I think Colleen. Julie says if you mix Mod Podge and Elmer's glue all together at half ratio, it takes away the stickiness. I'll tell you what else does. I'm making these paper beads and watching videos and the best way to seal them, because I like a sealer. And one of the sealers I found from someone who sells her beads is a 50-50 mix of Elmer's glue and water. Simple as that. It makes a great sealer on the paper beads.
Yeah, I've used PVA and water 1-to-1 as a sealer.
Yeah, and it doesn't leave it sticky. So, how that would work on a card or something like that, I don't know. Someone could do a test comparison if they wanted.
So,
yeah, that's probably why, Julie or Lori. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
This card on behind the vintage, it had some of that copper paint again, spray, little bit of that copper spray, the Perfect Pearls Mist, and I used some of the Seth Apter. I think I used not Sea Spray, it wasn't that one, but it was Seth Apter ones, and I think I used a bit of the green, the minty green. Well, I can't find them now because I've retidied again. So there we go.
So show us.
It might have been a bit of this. I used a bit of that, which is the Cadence. It's really quite good coverage on that. It's called Yesil Green or just green. I don't know whether Yesil is another language that means green, but that one. And I might have used this one, which was Fresh Pear. I did use a little bit of that on some of the things I was doing the other day. And it might have been a bit of that, which was Nebula Blue, but I don't think it was that.
No.
I don't think so. But I did use some powders on here as well, which is what I was trying to get to. I used these little powders here. There should be a third one. Come on, where's the third one hiding? The third one is one of the other ones, Blackberry, that I used.
Yes.
So this one's Violet Storms. This one's Cerise. Are you Cerise?
Not Blackberry, Black Currant.
Pinky one. Yeah, the other one's Black Currant. I don't know where I put it. Should be there somewhere.
And they can't see the bottle, but that's what's on that card under your hand on your table. It's Black Currant.
Yep. So I've got currant, and I put some of this Violet Storms on the next one, and I also used some of this little Nouveau spray. Oh, there's the Black Currant one. There we are, Black Currant Infusion. They're paper artsy ones, but you can also get the what do you call them? Gone out of my head now. Brushos. You can also get the Brushos powders. They work just as well. All I did was I got a little bit with some tweezers. Open it up, got a little bit of the powder, sprinkled a little bit on there from the tweezers, and then just sprayed it with water, and it went absolutely lovely. Lovely stuff it was. So that's that one. And then this one was just mopping it up like that off that one I've just put aside. So that's pretty much the same. This one, this is the one that was doing that nice sort of swirls, if you remember yesterday. And it was so nice. You said, oh, can you carry it over?
A little to the right. There you go. Oh, much better. Much better. I love that one.
And it's some lovely colours in here. What did I use on this? There was a fair bit of vintage, I think.
Well,
and I used a pear on that one for sure.
Yes, the pear.
Yeah.
I
used.
That's the black currant, I think.
I think I used some black currant in the middle, but I'm not sure.
And then the vertigo. That's the blue.
Verdigris.
Verdigris.
No, I didn't use blue on that one, did I? No, I didn't. What's the blue there? The blue was something else. It was this. That was what it was. It was mint chocolate chip, Tattered Angels chalkboard glimmer mist that I used in the centre part there. And I used some more of the cattail copper brown and I used some Seth Apter honey. Honey. Seth Apter honey as the brown. You wouldn't believe that, but it was. And I think I used a little bit of this one too. This is frosted lemon in the corners here.
Yeah.
So that's a Nouveau, that one. Sparkle spray. They're ones I've only just managed to get hold of. I got them in, I think they do Nouveau in Hobbycraft. One or two of them. I know I got these bigger ones in Hobbycraft. These I think I got online. But that's a really lovely effect to that one. But I did that on a piece of plastic and then managed to get a piece of board underneath and just very carefully took it over to the fireplace and left it there on the plastic.
Yep.
So it didn't stain the fireplace.
Yep.
It's sandstone. That would stain terribly. So I managed to get it over there so it would dry in the pattern it had already formed, which is so lovely, so nice and gentle swirliness. I do like that. Lovely.
She's only remembering right now because we just did these yesterday. We spent 3 hours playing yesterday.
Yeah, it was meant to be a test to see if the internet worked, and I guess it did. Because it just went on. This is definite. That's the black currant for sure.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well,
that's the Violet Storms. That's the Violet Storms because that's a darker one there. And that's the black currant. So I've got Violet Storms here and here, and that's the black currant there, because it's more of a sort of pinkish thing, but not very. It's quite dark, nice and dark, purpley pinky. And then I put
your stamp,
that spray here, that green, the Cadence one here, and I put some more of the pear over the. No, it wasn't the pear, was it? Because you didn't like it. It was. I think it was this. I think that was the emerald. And you went, no, so I got a stamp and I stamped into the pool. It was quite a lot of it there.
Yeah, it was too much. It was
different sprays spray differently. So the Cadence, you can control that quite well and just get a little tiny dash like I got here with little splatters around it and there, or you can press firmer and get more of a coverage. But this one, that sprays so much more easily than the Cadence because Cadence is thicker and this is just a dye spray. So there's nothing in there, no mica or anything to thicken it up. So that sprayed quite a lot in that patch. So then I got the stamp, as I say, this one, and stamped in it and stamped it there, stamped in it and stamped it there, and then, just went on. And I was enjoying that so much that when I was playing with the different colours of the infusions, I sort of stamped in there and stamped there and there, just because I wanted to. No particular reason at all. We don't care.
And she said, because I can, because I want to.
Yeah. I mean, after I've been running backwards and forwards a few times, leaving poor old Violet to read Edgar Allan Poe or show her crochet, I just, I thought, I'm not rushing to it. If I haven't got it, I don't want it. If I haven't got it, it can stay in the other room and I'll just sit here and play with what I've got. You don't have to copy what you did before, although that is what we started out trying to do. ho-hum, because we wanted to do, let's see if I can find the one we were looking at. And I still can't remember how I did it. It's not great showing you. This one. Because the yellow is I think I mixed something up with that. I think I mixed it with some paste. Some sort of paste. Like it feels like quite a fine paste. Which is why I tried using the Pabeo modeling paste high density. But you've got to be careful how much color you add to these pastes because it makes them very watery and then they seep under the stencil you're using, which is what happened here. And so what I did was I went over it with I think I used a Pergamo tool with a little ball on the end just to go round and remove the excess, you know, and redefine the lines. I might even have added a line or two there. But so that's what I was trying to do. But I think I might have added sunshine yellow to that. I don't think it was bittersweet vine. I think it was sunshine yellow because there is some sparkle in it. So that could be it. But then instead of bothering to copy that, I just went and used another stencil and just used some of the where did I put that one? Oh, I've lost that one now. I made another color using the same modeling paste and adding some permanent maroon, wasn't it? Or was it permanent violet?
One of those. Yeah.
One of the things with the word violet in it.
Yeah, Julie, Fran and I had a 3-hour play date yesterday privately. We did record it, but there's a lot that needs to be edited out before it can be.
Look what I just found.
What did you find? Sunset Beach.
Yeah, I didn't have that one yesterday. Well, well. So anyway, that's as far as we got. And the next step is to finish these off and put them on on the top. But I want to do other colours as well. You notice there are other colours here.
Yes.
And here. So I want to do more colours as well. But what I also want to do is to try and get this set. Because I've had it sitting there in its position, but not stuck down. So I think I ought to go and do that.
Yeah, my video is here, but her job issues are making her crazy today. So
she's
listening and trying to get some stuff fixed.
Okay, so I'm going to put my vintage stuff away.
Yep.
Now, where's my lid? Sorry?
Did you bring your trolley card in today?
Yes, I did. Much to Ian's horror.
Oh, well, for a minute.
Actually, I think all this moving of the trolley around is not really good for the trolleys. Because when I got it in here, one of the lower pipes was so twisted looking, I had to empty the entire trolley and tighten up the rods.
Oh.
Luckily, when I did tighten up the rods, it went back into the right position because I thought I'd permanently bent it. So that was not good.
I'm telling you, go to a auto mechanic store and buy a trolley from there. They're much sturdier. Yeah. Much sturdier than these cheap, crafty trolley carts.
Yeah, they're also much more expensive. That's the trouble.
Yeah, but they last forever and they take a beating.
Yeah, but they've got to be like that. They've got to be with the shelves, shelves with rims, about 4-inch rim around them, so that you can hold pots of paint in it. And are they like that? Not sure they are.
Yeah, so their tools don't fall out. You need to go look. You need to go
have another. I got a Stanley one, and it was plastic, and you couldn't see anything in it because it was enclosed, and that's not really what I'm looking for. Right, let's move stuff out the way. We want to keep Sunset Beach out because I want to have a go with that. Sunset Beach, thank you. I also got some rusting powder, which I have not yet done anything with. God, it's heavy. Compared with this, which is light as the air, this is heavy. This is just iron filings, I think. I think it's just iron filings in there. That's what it feels like. Hefty.
Well, I think if you go out to the back to the garden house or whatever, what is it? I want to say the greenhouse. Yeah,
Summer house.
Yeah, you might find some old rusty bit stuff out there that you can scrape off and get your own rust bits.
Yeah, you know what I have. But I use them for eco dyeing as well, so I don't really want to scrape them off because I want them for eco dyeing. Now, so we've got this, but I don't want a white thing. I want something else. So I've got here a whole load of papers. Can you see me papers?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Or you would be able to if I removed these, because we don't need those just yet. So a bit of organza, the nice copper one that I've already heat treated, which is why it's sort of bumpy looking. You can see where the heat went. Yeah. Okay. Shrivel both bits up. Lovely stuff.
Take the camera and yeah, if you don't want your tea on there, which one? What's going to be your layout? Where are you going to be working? Oh,
just go through these first. Decide what to have. Then we'll go back over to here. All right.
Okay. Well, over to there is barely on camera.
Well, it will be in a minute.
Okay, I'm just trying to help you.
Like that.
There
Can you see it better now?
That's better. The bottom is off a little bit. Can you push it up? There you go. I just want everybody to see everything you're doing.
Right. Well, I'm not doing anything with that just yet. We're going to look through this. Now, this is all right. It's a bit, rather a lot of white on it. Seems to be why bother? Is this something that you could really do things with by painting over, or maybe putting some putting some infusions on, perhaps, and letting that run about and see what happens? So, but it's also quite thin paper, which is good because I want it to bend around the side of the canvas.
Are these coffee dyed or eco-print or what?
These are coffee.
Okay, coffee. Okay.
Coffee dyed.
And Lara, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Oh, there's one with something else. Oh. That is coffee dye and blackberries. You still see some of the blackberry bits. So, okay. This is too dark. For me, this is too dark. It's also not paper anymore. So, it's more like card. So I think we'll move those out the way. I'm not keen on those ones. Oh, that.
Yeah. Tell her what, Paula? What should I tell her? Lee, please tell her. What did I miss? I'm supposed to tell you something? Is it about putting on holy clothes?
Are you? These better.
Okay. Oh, I like those. Ooh.
Not so keen on that one.
I am. Those are nice.
I like that one. And it's not big enough. I like that one best so far, but I quite like that one as well.
Well, how the heck did you make those?
Well, with stencils. Bought stencils, not mine.
Well, yeah, I got that part. But what did you do? So you've got white.
Well, I dripped the paper with coffee, sprayed it on. This is outside in the sun. Back no, more like 3 or 4 years ago. Because Mum was still with me then, and she was sort of, "Oh, you do it, and I'll watch." So I did. So this was various stencils. I think they were from Crafters Workshop, because this was the larger size one, this size one, or whatever it was, and I put a couple more stencils at the base there. So that's a possibility. So is that one. That one's also a possibility. And I quite like that. Sometimes the other side is nicer. No, I don't think so.
I'm not, I have to answer Paula. I'm not sure where above, Paula. Am I looking for a comment by you or someone else? I see Julie wants to apologize to everyone because she didn't do anything for this month's challenge. My neighbors are used to the strange woman who hangs weird stuff from her tiny balcony. I'll go farther. Write shopping list, run to the supermarket, covered in paint and glue, forgot list, then have a fussy cut spider stuck to your bum.
That's a good one. Love it. Did someone come up to you and say there's a spider on your bum? Oh dear.
Well, if you're going to have anything on your bum, yeah. Well, I want to know who's looking at your bum to see it in the first place.
I think if you're walking along and there's a spider on your bum, people are going to notice. Now, I think I've got this down to this, or this. I don't think I want to use these because they're sort of, there would be a bit of something else on there. So I'm not sure about those. But these three are the complete thing, because what I did with these is I used spaghetti. In fact, that might have been the thinner stuff. What do you call it? Tagliatelle. And this would have been what?
Macaroni.
That's the word, macaroni. That's it. And rice. Rice.
I didn't ever thought to use that as a. Wow, very cool. Okay, Paula wants me to tell you.
You have to let it dry on the sheet, because otherwise when you take it off, the coffee just floods into the gap and it might never have been there. So you have to leave it on there till it's dry and then brush it off when it's dry. That's why it's still a bit sticky. This one also had some salt on it. You can see, you might not be able to see, some salt on it. Can you see that?
Where it's spread? Yes.
Here and here and here. You could, if I tilt it the right way, I can see glints. I don't know if you can see glints. That's probably because there's a little bit of salt still on there, but it's much smoother than it was. Yeah. So there's three options. I quite like this one. I know there's less going on, but all it's going to be is a background. So let's arrange things on there and see what happens.
You're right, Lori. I have a message for you from Paula.
I am.
She says to tell you that you're doing amazing given the week, and it's so appreciated.
Well, I'm only playing. I'm not doing anything startling.
That was from way back. That was from way back earlier. She said that, and I missed it. So it pertains to way back earlier. It was a young, sexy dude with the Rasta hair. I did feel quite giggly, but kept a matter-of-fact Nathan stance and thanked him kindly, popped Mr. Spider in my pocket. Thank you.
Lovely. I can't remember how I had this laid out, but I was using all these bits. I can't remember what one of them was coming up to there.
Well, the highlight of my day so far is this beautiful. I love coffee dyed paper. I love dyeing paper, coffee dye or egg color dyes or spray.
My problem with coffee dyeing is that everybody I look at is always so pale. I know I've gone for the pale one here, but discount that. It's so pale that you might almost not have bothered. You might just as well have just left it out in the sun for a bit, you know, because they're so pale. Now, if that's what they want, that's fine, but it isn't what I want. What I want is something that's going to make a statement, you know, it's going to shout.
Well,
because I like.
that one on the right shouts. And it's not just macaroni, as Mariah said. It's elbow macaroni. It's that curl. I mean,
It's
I'm just
probably.
yeah. It's just I love it. I love that rice. Who ever thought of rice? Long grain rice. It's so
Let me
hard.
try that.
It's spaghetti. Is it spaghetti? Is it cooked spaghetti or dry
Oh no,
spaghetti?
it's the dry one because otherwise it wouldn't absorb anything. It will have already absorbed if it was cooked.
Well, yeah, and Mariah makes a point there. You said that coffee dyed papers are so light. Mariah says, and this is what I use them for. I think they are for writing, and you want the paper as a piece of art.
Exactly. That's
So,
what people. Yeah, you would expect that. Yeah,
yeah, and
but I don't.
you want
I
yours
want,
as a piece of art, whereas I use mine as journal pages.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
just if wanting to write on some, I would have some like that as well. Yes, but I generally just want something that looks lovely to me. Anyway,
Had a new idea. Do we throw a handful of rice on the gel plate? You know, paint the gel plate, throw a handful of rice on it, and then do a pull and see what we get. Hmm.
I don't think you're going to get anything that way because the thing about the rice and the pasta on here is that it was left to dry, and while the coffee was drying, the rice was soaking up little bits, which is why you've got the pattern around it. Can
The
you do that
halo.
with a gel plate? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if you tried to pull it, you'd just have all these lumps where you couldn't pull it, where the rice and that was. So you'd just be left with some colour and the patches where the rice was, maybe in clumps, left bare on your bit of paper. That might be interesting.
Yeah.
It might be worth a go once at least to see. But no, I don't
Colleen
know.
wants to know what kind of paper you're using, and I believe you said it's just copy paper. It's just large copy.
Um, it might be just large copy paper. It's not drawing paper. It's not anything meant for watercolors or anything like that. It's just your basic paper.
Just happen.
I
I
think
have some large sheets like that. Yeah.
the other ones, these other ones, the tougher ones, that's drawing paper
Yeah.
because that's thick. Yeah.
Yeah. I have some like 11 by 14 printer paper. Oh,
I
we got
remember where these pieces were going to go, but I don't necessarily remember where they all go.
See, this is why once you do your layout, you get your phone, you take a picture of it, and then you
I
can
did.
yep, then you can refer
I
back.
could look back and I could look back and say, oh, that's what I did.
So since you're working on this one, this paper now, can we move the camera or the paper so we can see
Yeah.
more?
Sorry.
Now we got it. That's good. That's good.
So these are the ferrules, if I've got the right term. I think they're called ferrules. When I went into the shop and said, have you got any ferrules for walking sticks? He came back with a packet with a couple of them in. So, and this is one that has worn away. So you can see the hole where it's worn away. So it's no longer of any use to me because the point of my walking stick is now touching the ceramic or tiled or slippery floor out on the pavement or something like that and not giving me any grip. So these are of no use. So I painted them silver or possibly pewter. Can't remember. This is the blade. So don't cut yourself. This is the blade from a nutmeg grinder. I used the other part of the nutmeg grinder to make a little spaceship. So that was left over. And I've got various other bits here. And I've got that bit there.
So yeah, for the copper, Julie did a look for the perfect curl spray, the copper, and she can't find it. And I agree with Liz. This was my thought. I can find the powder, and
Yeah.
make my own. There is a video, there is a YouTube video, and I don't remember who it was that I saw where how to make your own. Um, so it can be
Copper.
done.
Is it specifically for a copper spray?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, if you find it, let me know, because I've found my mica powders now. So I had a little one there. What happened to it? There it is. Little one, because I wanted little one to be that way up. This one, what am I going to do with this one? I've got another one of those there.
There you go. Julie said she mixed the gold and the green and made a vintage gold, and it's so awesome. And that's what you have to do. You have to be like Fran and just experiment and go play and find out what you come up with, and then share it with us.
Yeah, especially if it works.
Yeah, don't keep it to yourself.
It doesn't. You can say, "Don't do this. It didn't work." So I could put that on there, or I could put it on one of those. In fact, I might even be able to thrust it through, looking at the size.
Hi, Darcy.
Or maybe not. I don't seem to want to go. Maybe not. Well. So you see, these things got to be glued on, because otherwise they'll just fall off.
They'll what?
Fall off.
That's not how you said it.
Fall off. And I like this little piece because it's just not doing anything. Like that. It's just a random piece of, what's that for? Don't know. And there's a nice corroded contact from a battery. Not off the battery itself, but a battery would be in contact with and obviously would not work.
Fixative. Good to know, Julie. Okay.
And I wanted that. A piece of wood. A piece of bark.
Well, now, so you're doing all this on a piece of paper.
Yeah. Piece of paper is not set down, but I quite like the effect on this particular piece of paper. You think it's too dark?
No. I think it's too. My concern is you don't have anything underneath it if you wanted to pick it up and move it.
Well, that's what I'm going to do. Put the glue down. Next thing, glue down. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to use that or not. I do like it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite pieces of yours.
Yeah, it's one of mine too. And I haven't used any of them yet. I made 3 and I haven't used any. Yep. So it might be nice to use at least one.
The piece over the pill pack. I'm not. No. Oh, yeah, not quite sure about that.
I like that.
I like it. I just not there.
It's not really. Yeah. Maybe it should be underneath.
No, that's not bad. That's not bad. Like a bridge. Like a bridge between the. Right? Paula says astonishing, and Evie says I love the colors. Yeah, I'm loving the colors. I'm bronze, copper, brass, pewter, coffee.
Something like that. Of course, it would be glued on and wouldn't be falling off all the time.
Yeah.
And some things would be above and some things below, you see. So I've got that piece below there, and I might put that on there like that.
There you go. Candy gave it
Interweaving it. I like that, interweaving it. And I've wanted to put some of these on because this is what I started with.
Candy has given it a name. She's calling it Cinnamon Steampunk.
Yes, it is a bit like that, isn't it? Yeah, what a good name.
What a good name. Thank you, Candy.
Yeah, it's like the bronze coppery organza is the cinnamon.
Well, and that's what I was thinking, Liz. Liz wants to know, will you be putting the paper on canvas before you glue it down, and will the paper hold the weight otherwise? That was my question.
That's why it's sitting on a piece of canvas.
Okay. So
the first job would be to stick this down and then arrange things as I want them. Not sure if I want that there or if I want something on it. I have got other things somewhere that I need to sort of have a look at and get out and go, could use that. Of course, there's also, I was thinking to use 2 urchins, one in one corner and one in the other, blue urchins, but I'm not sure about the blue. But if I was to use some urchins, little urchins, with some copper paint and maybe get some nice effects on some, I could maybe use them then. That would be nice. That would sort of tie things in a bit, I think. The copper with the other metals. That's what I'm thinking. Don't know. But that's the kind of idea. The question is that better or would that be better? Paler.
Well, I like the way you have it now. I like the paper you have now. I like the darker paper. It's not it's not completely dark. It has shades. It has tones.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I don't think I need this. Well, I might. I've had it across there before.
I like the addition of the stick on there. You'll laugh at me, but your turtles are wanting to climb up there too.
Yeah. These turtles. I did have one somewhere. Anyway, so I think we'd best go for it and just stick things down. Then we can get that out of the way and put it aside to dry. It's going to take a while. I'm going to have to do it in bits, I think. So we'll start with main pieces like the...
Everybody remember where everything was, okay?
It doesn't matter. I can rearrange it into a pleasing shape. It's not a question of what pleases you right now, you know?
Yeah.
So, first step, put some glue on there. So I think we'll use the Collage Podge. It's a good choice for this. And that, have I got any water? I haven't got any water here. So I will have to run and wash this when I'm finished. So get your Poe ready.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. I've got Poe ready. Ladies, while she runs to the sink to when she has to wash that brush because she has no water on hand, I will read you a few lines of the poem The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. And keep in mind, I'm not a scary person. I'm a little bitty chunky lady, old lady, gray hair.
Doesn't matter. It's the voice that
can't scare anybody in my life.
You're not supposed to scare anyone. You're supposed to just create a mood.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Oh, anybody can create a mood. It's a question of what mood. Yeah. Is it a mood that says, I want ice cream?
One of my favorite readings of The Raven is done by Vincent Price. He does it so well, and I can listen over and over again. And so I listened to him yesterday after being with you, And I'm like, well, I didn't even come close to sounding like that. But
Yeah.
you get what you get. So I just need to entertain you for 3 minutes while Fran does a mad dash.
I'm doing the sides. I'm doing back, base and top, basically. I'm going to do that piece. Pull it taut.
So this is just a piece of that like copy paper. This isn't that thicker stuff, right?
This is just copy paste. Because that's why I didn't want to use the other stuff, because it was so much thicker.
Yeah.
I wanted to bend around the canvas like this, you see, and it's quite thick canvas, you can see, but it's on a wooden frame.
Right. Julie, she did take a picture of an earlier thought process. So it's just a suggestion. It's when she takes pictures, it's never in stone.
No, it's not in stone. It's
Like
paper. Sorry.
I'm going to have to start saving. Russ has coffee every morning, and there's always like an eighth of a cup maybe left in the pot that he can't get in his mug, and I always pour it out. I'm going to start saving it, putting it in a jar in the fridge until I get enough to do some coffee dyeing.
Put some alcohol in with it, otherwise it will start to go moldy.
Good idea. Thank you.
The other point is I never use already used coffee on any of this. It was coffee that had gone a bit solid at the back of the cupboard. Coffee granules.
Mm.
You know,
I do have some instant coffee. I just don't like the smell of it. So I bought
do
it
outside where you won't have to sniff it.
What?
Do it outside where you won't have to smell it.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just going to cut that piece off there. Doesn't matter if it's not level, because all it's going to do is be covered by the other bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with this side.
Well, you know, I could start the poem and you could keep that brush in your mouth and just carry on, and
Yeah.
if you don't mind.
The thing is, if you do that and I've finished, and I come to go and take my piece out to my brush out to rinse, and you finish the poem, what are you going to do then?
I won't finish the poem.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it the whole thing?
Yeah.
So I've done that.
Here's a question. If I put, I know you said put alcohol in the coffee so it doesn't go moldy. What if I put vinegar in the coffee? Will that prevent the mold, and will that help absorb some of the odor?
I have no idea.
I don't mind the coffee smell after it's all dried and set, you know. It's just that first instant of making it. I mean, I like my coffee. My coffee's either Highlander grog or hazelnut. That smells good, but his coffee smells. Ugh.
Sounds like his is stronger than yours then.
Oh, his is mud.
Oh, that's probably a good one to have for this sort of thing then.
Yeah,
but I still don't think you're going to get very dark effects.
Well, I guess we're going to find out.
No, I guess we are. That's what most people do. They use the grounds of coffee.
Yeah. Well,
so I thought, you're so pale, I don't want that. So I used the coffee without having already used it for a cup of coffee. You see what I mean?
you know, there's another
Because
thought.
I,
Put your
yeah.
paper down, put your stencils down, or whatever your objects are, your rice, your pasta, or whatever, and then bury it under coffee grounds, used coffee grounds. Just
Hmm.
layer it on there, and then hose it
That's worth a
down.
try. It's always worth a try.
Spritz it all down with
Right, I'm on the last stage now.
okay.
You see how I've managed to turn it over, but we've got some wrinkles here, so it's got to wait and dry and hopefully stretch out again.
I guess we will be a mad scientist. I don't do mud, Mariah. If drinking that mud makes me look like him, nope. And I never liked coffee till the last few years. I got hooked on iced coffee. It's the only way I'll drink it. Not a lot to work with right there. It's like making a quilt. Well, Julie, that's what I was thinking. Anything that stays is just texture, added texture, no problem. I'm going to try it that way. I'm going to try it with a small sheet of paper. We've got cooler temperatures going on right now. We're not in the 90s anymore. We're in the 60s and 70s. So nicer to be outside.
Right, one last edge to do. I'm probably going to have to re-stick that down because it's quite thin there.
Yeah.
But there we go.
And you're using this this collage glue,
Collage podge, yeah.
collage page.
You probably get a better effect going around it if you put on a kind of drier glue. There are some, I think. Here we go. So that's that. So now what I have to do is leave it to dry. Like that, over there. So we'll have to go on with something else while we're waiting for that to dry, and that might even be quite a bit later. Maybe tomorrow, don't know. But that's the idea. Then with these, when I'm going to be putting these on, I should be using something much stronger than collage podge, because they're going, if that's going to stand up on the wall, you know, be hung like a picture, it's going to need something with a fair bit of power to hold it on. So that would be something like an extra heavy gel, preferably matte. I'm not sure if I've got matte gel there. I've got gloss extra heavy.
Well, you had me get a heavy duty gel medium matte for my metal piece.
Yep.
And it worked great.
There you go. A 3D gloss gel. What else I got up there? Heavy gesso. Heavy body gel. There we are. There's a good one. It's gloss, that one, unfortunately. I'll have to look through. But I've got the matte gel there.
I do the same thing, Julie. I love fiber art. I just love texture, tactile.
Right, well, I've got to go and wash this now before my brush seizes up. So I'll hand you over to our reader. There you go.
I'm gonna read The Raven, and I'll let you look at my handiwork for the day. Beads that I've made, paper beads that I made yesterday and this morning while I read. And bear with me and forgive me for butchering this. The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, "tapping at my chamber door, only this and nothing more." Ah, distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished tomorrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you." Here I opened wide the door, darkness there, and nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." This I whispered. An echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what thread is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and flutter in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, not a, I apologize, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with a mien of lord or lady, perched upon my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. "Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marvelled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such name as Evermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if its soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing farther then he uttered, not a feather then he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, "Other friends have flown before, on the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before." Then the bird said, "Evermore." Okay.
Hello. The only thing is, I don't get to hear you do the Poe.
You heard me yesterday.
Yes, that's true. Oh, there's the violet I was looking for. That one's empty.
Breathe.
Semi-iridescent medium.
Anne, I've heard you read so much better than me.
Well, it's
Go away, Julie. Oh, thank you, Colleen.
read the same thing. Best reader I ever came across of anything was what's his name? Murdoch. Murdoch?
Robert Murdoch?
No.
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 Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Evie. Like I said, I'm not scary.
It'll come to me in a bit. I remember. Philip Maddock. There we are. Philip Maddock. Absolutely wonderful voice. Gorgeous. Absolutely. I couldn't come across a better. I think that I did hear Elizabeth Taylor's husband, Richard Burton, read some of Under Milk Wood, and there's a recording of that. But this was not recorded, Philip Maddox. It was during a concert for the Dunvant Male Voice Choir with Alfie Bow. And in the middle of all this, when they were changing things around the back, that it was not mentioned on the guide in the program, but while they were doing all that, he came out and read Under Milk Wood, and it was electrifying. It was really wonderful. Never heard anything like it before.
You know, I think I've heard Benedict Cumberbatch read, and I like his voice too. He's more modern, but I like his voice. Thank you.
Yeah, his voice was nice and did it very well. And if I hadn't heard Philip Maddox, all these other people would be lovely. Yeah. But having heard Philip Maddox, there's nothing to touch him. Nothing at all.
Candy, the beads are for I'll think of it. I don't switch gears. Dangles for journals to go on my journal.
Well, I'm not coughing as much. I haven't completely stopped.
Yeah, but you haven't coughed. You haven't coughed even near as much as you were starting to. So I'm hoping that is the issue.
Well, if it's curable, so am I.
Yeah.
If it's something that can be solved and got rid of, then yeah, definitely.
Well, it isn't a love, a longing. He is longing for his Lenore. So there's that. I said I wasn't scary. I don't know how to be. I used to have to yell at my sons to sit down so I could yell at them. They were so tall, and they would just look down and laugh at me. It's like, no, Mom, we're not going to do it. Short and they're so tall. I'm not scary. I don't know how to do scary. Unless I see someone hurting a child, I really don't even do anger.
So I don't think I can do a lot with that. I'll probably have to go over it with other colours and things. But these, oh, this is so beautiful. Don't want to touch it. It's so nice. But this one I can use. So I think what I'll do while we're waiting for that to dry, or perhaps for the rest of today, depending on how long that's likely to take to dry, I'm going to have a work with this one. So let's get one of the ones I've already done. See what size we want. I'm going to end up with a strip. Okay. I'm going to cut one now. After that. This is what I was doing it yesterday for, to make cards like this. Yeah. Now, these don't have just cards as they are. They can be things that will later go onto the front of a journal, or they can be things that can go inside a journal, or become the front cover of a very small journal if you wanted to. Or you can even use it to decorate a box. Like I've got a 9-drawer box up there that I could do. But last time I did a 9-drawer box like that, I stamped onto it using Seahorse, one of my earlier turtles. I think I had a lady, can't remember to be sure.
Mariah says John Lithgow is awesome as a I like
He's the one who played in Third Rock from the Sun, isn't he?
Yep. I like his voice. I do like him. So yeah, I'll have to look that up. See if he's done anything recorded.
No, this one I'm going to go the other side because I like that area better. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Cut that one there.
Yeah, getting in too many groups. I'd love to support everyone's group. Mariah says I have been getting out of groups, focusing on makers mainly. I totally understand that. Yeah, it gets to be too much, and I get too many notifications, and I can't keep up. And it's not that I don't necessarily leave the group because I hate to like leave a group, but I kind of limit my notifications and my participation.
Yeah, I've done that with a few groups lately, just groups that I've not been doing anything in.
Yeah.
And I've just at the time. I have other things I want to do. It was more immediacy for me.
Yeah, and I'm an administrator for 2 of my own groups and for 3 or 4 other groups. So I co-admin with other people. So that's a lot of internet stuff.
What are you doing? Oh, you're cutting beads. That's lovely.
Cutting paper. I didn't realize I was still on camera.
Sorry.
We need you on. There you go. Now we can see you.
There we go. So I've got those backgrounds. I've got some nice little bits of cuts as well for later. So what am I going to do with this? Where did I put the... Put them in here. Might have done. Yes, I did. There we go. So we've got some done on the blue, so I want to do some in a different colour. So where's the purple? Here we are. I want to do some purple because it can go really well with that. Permanent violet and Pabeo modelling paste, high density. Want a tool. Tools. What are you, tools? I also want some more cat litter. Uh-oh. Better get some cat litter out. Let me reach for it. Oh, hair caught. Gosh. Where is it caught? Oh, that's bad. I got my hair caught in a punch. It was caught in that punch. I had to take it. Yeah, ow! Exactly.
Yeah,
Classy.
What I want to know is, I know you have your hair pinned up and back. How the heck did you get your hair caught in it, lady? Where'd you have your head?
Good question. It got the hair from my forehead towards where it's caught in the band, and it just slid underneath that thing.
Ow, for sure.
Right. Right, I'm lifting out the cat sound. There we go. Now I had to buy a big bag because I can't find the other one. The one that I had from when we used to have a cat. Yeah. I am never going to use this in my entire life. So if anybody wants any super duper cat litter for modeling with, oh boy, man, I'm so silly.
Well, you know, in the wintertime, it's good to put down on the front walk so you don't have ice.
Really?
Yeah. Am I correct? You throw it down on your walk so you can get grip and not slide on
salt. Was that salt?
Well, kitty litter too, or in the garage you can use it to soak up oil spills and stuff.
Oh, and I can do that with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anne is watching. Anne says we have been watching Leonardo series on TV, and I've got that recorded. I like to get at least 2 recorded before I watch.
Yeah. So that you can go on to the next one without stopping.
Yeah, Russ and I do that a lot. We wait for at least 2 of a series. The other thing I'm watching is the Serpent Queen and the Spanish Queen, and then there's another one with Queen because I love Victorian or not Victorian, medieval 1800s films. You know, 1700s kings, castles, queens, princesses, and all of that. I love the costumes and the interaction in those kind of shows.
Right, we're going to make some nice things now.
Okay, here we go.
Ready? Might not need all 3. We're going to make some colours. Got an idea for a couple of colours. One's going to be the purple, which was just turned into a modelling paste. So I'm going to use permanent violet. Where's the permanent violet, Violet?
Over there, that's what you get for us.
That's what it is. Ay, ay, ay. I probably can't find it now because I have moved everything a number of times, but I can also use some of a lighter colour. I was thinking something more like that, or perhaps that matte iris. That might be interesting.
You know, and I've come to the decision that if it's on TV, it's for entertainment purposes only. If I want to know facts or true facts, I go do research.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's for entertainment purposes.
And there's that one. Lavender. This is a Sethapta spray, so I may use some of that.
That's a nice one. Okay, don't go digging too many choices.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I don't know what that was. I wonder what that was. That's got no label on it. Do you remember what that was?
Well, show me something more besides the black cap and I'll let you know. Because there was one yesterday that you did not put a label on.
It's more violet-y than it looks. It looks ultramarine, it isn't. And it's quite liquidy.
Oh, I'd have to go back. I'd have to go look.
Yeah. It's not from yesterday, though. It's from before. Because this is the one from yesterday, and that was permanent violet.
Yeah, and you did you labeled the Klein blue, too. So I
was it permanent blue violet, that one? I can't remember.
I don't know. I slept.
Well, I can use that one anyway.
It's your own fault for not labeling it.
Yeah, my fault.
Well, you know, the ladies are over here talking about a yellow ochre, something or other. I've missed most of the conversation. Do you have anything yellowish or browny yellow, or did you not want to do that again?
Brownish yellow, yellow ochre? Well, you mean like the the piece and the previous like that?
Yeah, maybe you didn't want to do that again.
Well, I could sort of change it up and use it for the kitty litter instead.
Yeah, you could do
That's
whatever you want. You're a big girl.
Yeah, we know that one.
Yeah.
In there. I'll tell you what. We'll do one with violet, the dark one, and one with a yellow. So a yellow, we need a nice yellow. Of course, we've got a nice Indian.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was reading back. So you were, yeah.
Yep. And we've got a benzimidazole yellow to sort of temper it a bit.
A man is poisoned with a yellow pigment on Leonardo. Oh, that's okay.
How?
Light colored by Leonardo.
Well, let's start with those.
Okay.
I've got this one first. Permanent blue violet. I really ought not to have that in there to start with.
So now that you've gone over here and over there in that other place and knocked the camera about a bit, can you back it up a little bit so we can see some more? There you go. Look at that. You're just awesome.
For moving a camera. Okay, I'll take anything I can get.
Okay. Tomorrow you'll be extra special awesome.
Okay.
There you go. See, I was getting there, but yeah, the full view. I was trying to get there, but she was busy. So
I'm going to add some of this as well, some of this lavender, just because I want to.
you might get mud.
Well, I won't. Oh, it's lavender and lavender, violet and violet, lavender and violet. I mean, they're close, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I doubt if I'll get mud with that. What I do want is the GAC or something similar. GAC 100.
As a medium.
I want to thin it out a bit because it's got to be absorbed by that, so it's got to be able to go over it. Now, where's my little stirry stick that I had yesterday?
It's right here.
No, it's not. It's in my hand.
And you always go, you didn't screw this on the glass, so it's not going to be stirred as well. But
yeah, well, it's too liquid really for glass.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's going to be easier to sort of shake it up, I think. I want a bit more GAC in there.
Mariah, drive safe. Mariah.
Oh, bye-bye. Thanks for popping round.
Yep, she's got to go get Izzy.
There we go. That's better. I reckon that's thin enough to shake.
On the vortex?
Yeah, I think so. I stretch out for a tissue and it's not there. Oh, there it is. It is there. It's just hiding from me. Don't you hate it when your tools hide from you? I don't want to be here today.
So if anyone is wondering, Fran is in a different room of the house today and until further notice because the room she's been working in, her dad's what is the word? What do I want to call it? Not the drawing room. What?
The drawing room.
The drawing room? Okay. Where your dad's library mostly is.
Where my desk was.
Yeah,
Yes.
where you've been saying, they found some white mold on what I saw was on the bookcase. Um,
Well, it's a display cabinet, but the same idea.
okay, and we're concerned that that may be what has been activating Fran's cough so horribly. Um,
Yeah.
so the room has been closed off, and
I went online, you see, to look for something to get rid of the white mold. And it was while I was looking for that I discovered that it's can be a really bad thing for your health. And the things it can do to you were pretty much all the things that are wrong with me. So it was like, oh my gosh, oh no, look what I've done. Put the wrong cap on, right cap on, that's better. That's better. So I stopped going in there for a week and my cough started to get better.
yeah, I think it is.
It doesn't mean the original cause of cough was that, but it does mean that it was exacerbating it.
Well, this is because there's so much of it. Julie says white vinegar kills mold. This is on a wood display case, and because there's so much of it, um,
and it keeps coming back. I keep going over it with various things, and it keeps coming back.
So, and I do know when you spray molds, you sometimes move what I would call spores, so they're out in the air.
Exactly.
And so
I wouldn't want to do it with a mask on.
Yeah. Not that, not just the mask, but you've also, so now they've settled somewhere else.
Exactly. Yeah.
So in this case, Fran is waiting for a guy to come and do a professional.
Well, I'm waiting for some replies from the people I've asked if they can come and do it. I'm not even at the stage of having somebody coming, so I was getting so bored.
Yeah.
We've got that one done, so let's write on that before we go any further.
Hence,
because otherwise I won't remember what I've done. Sorry?
I said, hence the reason you're in this new space.
Yeah, hence the reason why I haven't got most of the things I want.
Right.
Normally it's because it's in the same room, but I don't know where. Now it's because it's even in a different room. So, see, that's not going to fit on there, so I've got to cut it in just under half.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to leave that room alone. Let Fran recover her breathing abilities better, and hopefully someone will respond to her queries for help, professional help.
Yep.
There you go.
With any luck.
With any luck.
Now, let's have a pen. And it's, what was it? It was
the 2 violets.
Amsterdam. Permanent blue violet.
Autocorrect, Julie. Look how tiny you write. Oh my gosh.
No, it's not that tiny. It's just that you're a long way away.
Yeah, I'm across an ocean. Ha 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 ha.
Permanent blue violet plus
spray.
Seth.
After, yeah.
2. Lavender.
Oh, I thought it was a violet too, because you said 2 violets. Okay.
Well, it's called violet encre in another language and lavender in this language. So
close
it's
enough.
Both. Yeah. And when you look at the colours, I mean, they are pretty close.
Yeah.
So lavender and GAC 100. GAC 100.
And kitty litter, which
Kitty litter
would have been obvious, but you never know.
Yeah, exactly. Just get one label on there and then try and figure out what that other one was.
And then back the camera out again.
That colour is pretty close, you know. I think the only difference with that is that I've got some of that lavender in there, which is a bit more vibrant. So I think that's probably got the same colour. Don't know. I have to look back and remember what that was. Let me just wipe that. I need a clean tissue for that because I want to get it off so it doesn't interfere with yellow or anything like that. So I might use that one for blue so that it doesn't matter so much. There we go. That's nice and pretty good. So that one's for the blue. We'll do the yellow with this one with the clean lid. Now, what did I get out for that? I got these two.
Okay, Lori.
And I've got benzimidazolone. So let's put some Indian yellow in. There you go. And I'm going to take that off. I can get it to come off.
Oh, you and your treasures.
Yeah. So save that one. That was almost dry. Not quite, but almost. And some benzimidazolone. Let me see if there's a treasure on there. Oh, no, because it's never even been opened.
Hi, Kristen. Welcome, welcome.
Kniff. I want a kniff. There's a kniff. A kniff to open it with. These things are no...
That British language using.
What?
Kniff.
All it is the word knife pronounced phonetically. Kniff. Or even kniffy. Mum. It's not English, it's just idiocy. Just plain idiocy. Like what I call scissors.
Skizzers.
No, scorzarines.
Well, now you're just messing with me.
Yeah, why not? Get one on. I put a little bit less of the benzimidazolone than I did of the Indian yellow. I might add a bit of what do you call it? What yellow, transparent yellow iron oxide, but I don't know yet. Gonna see how this mixes.
Oh, it looks lovely so far.
Mustardy. That's what I'm getting, mustard.
Yeah.
I might add a bit of benzimidazolone, actually. But I definitely want more gack.
Pumpkin-like. Squash, like a squash.
Actually, I'm quite happy with that. With the ratios. If I'm going to add more benzimidazolone, I'll probably add more Indian yellow as well.
You know, I'm not a lover of orange, but I like that better than murdery red.
I like murdery red.
Like plasma. Oh, definitely like it better than pink.
Oh yeah. I like almost anything better than pink. I might actually prefer pink to vomit. But apart from that, no.
Well, if you have to have a choice.
Yeah, if you have to have a choice.
Hey, that looks really nice. I like it.
Not bad, is it? Just cleaning.
Well, Julie says I love pink. Julie, somebody has to.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
Or they
otherwise we wouldn't,
tell it.
would we? So it's all Julie's fault.
There you go. Julie and Izzy. Got the vortex going.
Yep, that's my vortex mixer. Drippy drippies.
Anne's got to go. Anne has to go with hubby to pick up a car from garage. How rude to interrupt artsy time. Yeah, man. Dude, get your schedule
There you
better.
go. You can always watch a replay if you really want to.
Yeah. Everyone be well and hope to see you on Sunday. I like pink too, Julie. Okay, well, there you go. So bye, Anne. Drive safe. Hi, Diane. Diane says pink always reminds me of Pepto Bismol. Bismol. Yes, I agree.
Pink always reminds me of Germaline.
Of journaling.
My great aunt used to use an awful lot of it.
Oh,
She smelled Germaline all the time. It was not wonderful. I mean, it's all right now and then, but all the time? No. Not a good idea. Why on earth would you use that much Germaline? Anyway, ended up with Alzheimer's in a nursing home, so that may answer the question.
Well, it was either a cause or effect.
Yeah. I think, unfortunately, it's probably aluminium that was the cause. Because she cook, a very good cook, and she used aluminium pans at home and at work. That's before they knew that it could cause Alzheimer's.
Oh.
That's Indian.
I love my cast iron. Cast iron skillets. I have cast iron skillets. I love them. And a stock pot, Dutch oven.
And GAC 100.
So,
Kitty litter. I want to do a pale one. Not pale yellow.
So we have some questions. How do you spell using what you enjoy, not trying to please others? I don't know.
How do I spell?
Yeah, what's the word? Using what you enjoy, not trying to please others. Diane Bell says, I joined late. May I ask why you were putting white things into paint? Okay, she's making texture, Diane. She's making texture for the cards. So that's kitty litter gravel, which is wonderful.
This is what I'm trying to make.
There you go.
See?
So she can get some texture.
And this is kitty litter. It's a particular variety. It's the one that looks like gravel and is non-clumping, so they say. Here in the UK, the variety I'm using is called cat sand. There's probably others, I don't know, but I wouldn't use the one that's like little fibre pellets because I don't think it will work as well. So, where's my pot? There's my pot. I'm going to put this back in there because I haven't got another lid.
That's right. We did have one floating around with no lid.
No, I haven't got a lid to put the kitty litter in out of there, you see, so because I want to shake it. So I want to use the more bluey colours. So let's have a look. I've got this one, which is turquoise, blue ocean, or bleu ocean. We've got teal, blue lagoon, may as well. Let's have a bit of teal.
Well, pink with another color is not bad. Yes, like P was using the opera rose, or like Julie says, pink.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Now I don't know whether their camera, how well calibrated their camera is. Mine's crap, absolutely awful. But when she was doing that, that color was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was peachy. It didn't look pink at all to me. It was lovely. It was sort of made this the skull that she was using it on, and on the skull stencil, made it look as if there was some sort of reminder of the flesh on the skull, you know? And I thought that was really good. I doubt very much whether she intended that, but that's what it looked like. That's what it made me think of. And anything in art that makes you think is a good idea, don't you think?
Yep, I do. I do. Yeah, Diane says your leftover kitty litter, you can keep it in the trunk of your car to give you traction in the snow if you get stuck. But someone else said that earlier up above. I mentioned.
Yeah, I'd not heard that before. The person earlier told us about that. I have not come across it, so it's new to me.
Or you could use it for texture in your artwork and come back and show us. Or you could use it as kitty litter.
Well, you could, but the trouble with that is you've got to have a cat.
This is true.
It's the only problem. And what have I got over here? That's teal. I'm thinking I want something a little darker, and I don't think this is quite getting there. What have I got here? Iridescent green, blue.
I think my husband would be okay with having a cat because he's had a cat before he met me. But I have a problem with thinking of an animal climbing anywhere they wanted in my home and sitting on my furniture or climbing up my drapes or being on my bed. And that just, I don't think I could deal with that. I mean, cats don't wear pants, you know? And we had dogs and they weren't allowed on furniture. They were in a limited area in the house, and that was fine. But cats.
I want a deep phthalo somewhere.
Over there.
Darker blue. Well, darker phthalo.
Maybe if they would wear pants, but
I don't seem to have one. I did have one. Why haven't I got it now? Where's it gone? It's not in the other room because I brought them all in here, all these paints. Oh, maybe it's in there. That's a thought. No. Oh, it's in there. There we are. I can see it. I can see it. Ha. No, I don't want to do that. You'll see my head. Excuse me. Phthalo turquoise. Phthalo blue green shade. Phthalo green blue shade. Well, I don't know. Let's have a look at these. We've got phthalo turquoise. Phthalo green shade. Phthalo blue green shade. I think it's the turquoise. Some of that.
I remember Russ telling me that they had a cat that was trained not to go on the furniture or climb the drapery or anything like that while they were home. But there was no guarantee when they left home that the darn cat wasn't doing whatever it wanted. Oh, that's really a color.
So I've added some of that turquoise phthalo
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted it a bit deeper.
Well, you've got it.
I'm
Not
going to put a bit more of the teal.
mad scientist at work.
And mix that in. That's better. I like that.
Don't they have that lipstick to where it doesn't come off? Isn't there a lipstick that if you wear it and you kiss somebody, you don't leave lipstick marks on them? So I'm not sure. I don't know.
Possibly.
It doesn't get on your teeth. So. So I asked because Darcy said someone tested that bum hole using lipstick, and there was no lipstick prints anywhere.
Maybe they wore knickers.
That's
I don't know. It seemed a bit odd.
they should.
Right, that's looking good to me. That's just exactly what I was hoping for. Stirry, stirry again. Get things dirty again.
We had two big black labs, two female black labs with us for 14 years, and we lost them both within a year after we moved here. Not long after we moved here, we lost them both a year apart, at least maybe a year apart, and I still miss them.
I dread losing Rufus.
I know. You know, I think of him too. He's such a good dog for you.
Yeah. And he's getting old, I'm afraid.
Yep. But you've been a good mom, so
I hope so.
you and Ian.
Yes, he's been a lovely mum, he has, hasn't he?
Yeah. Especially around dinner time.
Even when he got bitten.
Ooh.
Right. It's foaming up. The other one foamed up, didn't it?
Yes, it did. You mentioned that. It was bubbling, remember?
Yeah. I'm just going to wipe it again.
Oh, Candy, I'm so sorry. Especially golden doodles are just big old puppies. They're just our neighbors have one and he's adorable.
Still got green on me. Somebody lost a golden doodle, so I'm
Yeah,
sorry about that.
Candy did. It's so
I'm
hard.
sorry.
And I've been a work from home for the last 15 years until I got COVID. And the dogs have been with me almost from the beginning. So they were my service dogs. We moved from one state to the other for his job and so I could go with my job. And they were like service dogs at home. That's what they're like. They were my best friends. Now I talk to that wall over there.
Oh. Does it talk back at all?
Shh.
Now, this is more complex, this one. It's typical. I've got a smaller bit of paper for it. But that was teal.
Teal.
Teal. And
Well, you could just put Turk, not turquoise. You don't have to spell the whole word. You'll know. And the K
Okay.
out, kitty
And
litter.
then and GAC 100. There we are. Managed to get it all on. No special proportions, just until you get the colour you like, really.
Yep.
That's all it's for. So we've got that. And we've got in here, we've got paint and we've got kitty litter. So with these triangles, let's get rid of that and get those well out the way. We don't want any mess on those. We can now put some on some of these. So what I'm going to do, I've only got 3 of those, is not that one. One of those up there. A little brush. And I've got a selection of brushes here. That one will do just fine. Doesn't really matter all that much. Got your Poe ready?
Do you need me to read?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you need to go.
I'm going to paint first with the frothy paint.
Did you think you think maybe when you're in there washing to come back with a jar of water?
There's no jars in there.
Oh. Well, an old coffee cup will do.
I haven't got any old coffee cups. I've got a new one. Don't think so. Oh, I'll think of something.
Yeah. Then you don't have to run back and forth so much.
Yeah. Get rid of that because that's a hair.
So I have to remember where I was. Okay.
There's that one. I brought just about everything that was on the desk out there to this desk here. So why haven't I got the thing of water? They ought to be here. Bewailing. I am bewailing. Oh, well. I'll go and have a look. There should be something there that I can put water in. Oh, wait a minute. There is a jar in there. Yeah, I've got a jar I can put water in, but no lid for it. So I'll just go and grab that then, shall I?
Okay.
Grab that. Right. I'll leave it on the 2 because then I can come back and you'll know I'm back.
Okay. So I will pick up where I left off. Continuing The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Startled at the stillness, broken by replies so aptly spoken. Doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore of never, nevermore. But the raven, still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird, and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking, nevermore. Okay.
Is that it? I got to hear a bit of that one. Too late.
Back to your regularly scheduled program.
Yeah. That was the intermission, folks.
That was the intermission.
Yep. There we are. Now, what I'm going to do with that is paint a bit more blue on. And
take me off screen.
Oh, sorry. There's the blue over there. That yellow can now sit to dry. Shouldn't take too long. Oh, I was going to put some of the bits on, but never mind. Do that in a minute. Now, when I'm doing these, I find that I need to do the edges as well, because otherwise those edges show up on your artwork, and it's not quite so good.
I noticed that when you tilted the card to show us the texture, I noticed you did the edges.
Yeah, I prefer to have the edges done. And then you can see where some of the blue did not go, so we can fill that in, or try to. Now, the kitty litter is disintegrating into the paint here. One thing you can do is you can take the kitty litter out and put it on a mat of some sort, and I've got one here, a mat, and just let it dry on the mat, and then you've got dry kitty litter you can put in another pot, but you've still got the remains of the colour. So there's that.
How's your canvas?
It's not dry.
Probably
I'm afraid. It's probably going to have to be overnight, that.
Yeah.
So that one can now sit a bit longer. Same with that piece. The bits at the edge are not.
Bath salts. Diane says, I have used bath salts for texture in the past.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's kind of, yeah, I would think that would dissolve. So I'd be curious about that. And it's like a sand, isn't it? Wouldn't that be more like sand? Whereas in this case, Fran wanted the gravel.
I wanted lumpiness. Yes.
Lumpy, yeah. Bath salts. They wouldn't dissolve, huh?
Well, don't they dissolve in water? So, I mean, I would have thought they would.
Oh, I know what I'm thinking of. Well, you know, kitty litter is probably the most affordable. Kitty litter, like you've got, the gravel, is probably the most affordable texture. But I was just thinking of Epsom salt, because you can get Epsom salts in a gravelly form like that.
Okay. Oh, I was going to say I thought it was more like grit, more like salt.
Like a powder. No, I think you can get it either way. I have some that's more like gravelly, I think. But
Intriguing.
it's because it is, you can use it in the bath, so it probably also.
Well, I'm going to put this down on top here and get rid of that for now. And I'm going to put this down on top and put everything on top of that.
But in the end, I think the kitty litter gravel is probably the more affordable.
Well, it's whatever you can get hold of, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
the point.
exactly.
So I'm going to empty some of these out now onto this surface. Can you see that? You can't quite. I put that copper sheet down.
There you go. Well, heck, I could take old paper and roll it up into spitballs and use that too.
Yeah, sure. I would separate these out so that I've got pieces rather than just lumps, big lumps of conglomerate.
Yeah.
It's rather like making asteroids. When they clump together, they stick. And I don't really want them to.
Well, I have no experience with making asteroids. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
I know.
I watch Brian Cox doing it. That one's stuck together. Come on, get about. That's better. Pretty much all turned into gravel. Right, so I'm separating all this into as many individual pieces as I can because it's not going to stick down so well onto a piece of card otherwise. And it's nice to have some already dried. And it's at this stage that I would be inclined to run away and leave this alone because otherwise I'm going to get my elbow in it. I just know it. But I'm going to continue with this for a bit. And I'm going to put some more Easy Klein in there. Where did the Easy Klein go? Hello, Easy Klein. Where are you?
Not far.
You wouldn't think so, would you? It's probably at the back somewhere. That's usually what happens with things. You end up at the back.
Yeah, especially that when you haven't used it.
Let me have a look and have a peer over.
I wanted to say thank you to everyone who is watching and have given us thumbs up
Oh,
and
yes, absolutely. Without you, we wouldn't be here.
and our chatters in the chat and our lurkers if there are any. We appreciate you.
We do indeed. Oh, there's Easy Klein. I've just spotted it out of the corner of my eye behind 3 other pots. There we are. So we've got some more Easy Klein. So, because I don't want this to dry in here. So that was Easy Klein Blue, Kitty Litter, and Airbrush Medium. But this time I'm going to put GAC in there.
I wondered.
Just
Yeah.
just to. What was that? Something spatter over there? Or did something just fall down?
I heard it.
Yeah. I hope it was just something falling down.
Did a cap roll off, you guys?
No, but this sort of spurted out sideways. So I don't know. It seemed to spatter over there. I didn't see anything. How strange. I thought it was contained within there. at the time, but there's a bit on there, and there's a bit on that card. And there's a bit on the surface down there and a bit on the lid. Doesn't matter on the lid because it's going in there anyway.
Yep. Why? Oh, you're using your paintbrush instead of your stir.
Yeah, silly me.
Oh, wow.
At least I don't have to go away and you don't have to read Poe anymore.
Well, I'm sure your viewers appreciate that.
You can't be sure. They may come back saying, oh, get rid of the craft. Bring Poe back.
Well, you never know, but I can't read it scary. I just keep thinking of this guy sitting there pining away for his lovely Lenore, and here comes this bird for whatever reason, and I don't see it as, you know, Vincent Price did it beautifully, but it's just.
Well, so that's going to have a little zub up.
Vortex.
Vortex. The engine's revving up. So we've got some nice blue now to paint that lot with. And that'll be drying nicely. Well, at least it'll be drying. Whether it'll be drying nicely or not is something else again. So I have got to find my heavy duty gel because all I've got around here now is gloss.
Gloss.
And I want the matte one. Yeah. So I'm going to have to go and divvy in some boxes for that. So I'll have to do that ready for next time.
Monday.
Yeah. So we'll be back on Monday, barring accidents.
Is this you calling it a day and saying bye-bye?
No, just saying that we'll be back, hopefully. I'm just finishing this one. So I've got that done. I want to give it a more intense blue, you see, because that the what's it was showing through. The card was showing through.
You're off. One, you're off camera. Two, you're 2.25 hours in, and three, Candy said that she bought a Vortex after finding out about them from Fran. Just got it from Amazon. As shaking up the paint is hard on my wrist. Yep.
That's exactly why I got it.
Yay, Candy.
I've got to sort of get it at exactly the right angle for it to do it fiercely enough. Yeah, because it's I don't know, it's because it's supposed to take a small thing, you see. It's supposed to take something sort of like a little test tube or something. That's what they're made for. Right. So you put a test tube in and it's fine. But trying to put the edge of one of these in, you know, you've got to angle it right. So that's those. Now I want to do, oops, put that into rinse. Put the lid on properly.
Colleen says it just touches you. I must have missed something. I was listening, but I guess I missed where. Okay, Colleen has to go. So glad you were here, Colleen. Thank you. Thank you. Yep.
So I'm going to do some. Bye-bye, Colleen. Thanks for popping by. Glad to see you. I'm going to put some colour on this one first. Then I'll put some of the bits on. I should have put some bits on the yellow. But I find that if I do that, doing that with the blue, it'll probably pop off, which is why I want to put the gel on, because putting the gel on top will seal it in more and it to pop off.
Colleen was referring to it just touches you. She was referring to Poe, and I agree. Yep,
Yes.
yep. Thank you, Candy and Julie and Colleen. Yeah.
Before my voice started going bad with the coughing and everything, I was thinking of using my other channel to do some storytelling.
Well, I'll tell you what. You were reading to me.
Yeah.
Was it your mom's letters?
I was also reading you the stories I wrote.
Well, yeah. Yes.
Some of it. Yes, it wasn't my mum's letters. It was the memories she wrote down,
Yes.
and some that my dad wrote down as well.
Yeah. Yes. And then you were reading me a story you had written. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't finish reading it.
Yep. I need another bedtime story. I haven't been sleeping well. You need to tell me another bedtime story.
I could just tell you the next bit of that one. Or I could tell you the one that's actually finished. And then you'd actually find out what happened in the end.
I've actually either one that you read, whichever you read, you have to go back a bit to jumpstart my brain from where we were before, you know.
Yeah.
Like I can't watch part of a show and then not see more of it for like weeks later. I have to go back and watch it a little bit more again.
Yeah, well, that's what I've got to do even a day later with Audible. I've got to rewind a bit to find out where I was.
Yeah, exactly.
Partly because I probably fell asleep and missed some. I want some littlish ones.
That's why when we watch these TV series shows, I don't like to watch one and then I have to wait a week to watch another and then a week to watch another. I like it when we at least get two or three saved up and then watch them all together. So we do it like a marathon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's another one. And I wanted to do a purple. So it's this one. So that's the greeny, tealy one, a nice deep teal.
Yeah. Oh, you're doing three? You didn't do three of that one, did you?
No, I'm doing 3 different colors.
Oh, no, see, I saw the three different sizes of the Klein one, of the Klein blue. So I thought
that's the only ones I've got for those. I've got to cut more of these on there. They're a bit boring to watch somebody cut them.
Yeah.
So I'll cut them on another occasion. And I was also thinking about doing rounds. That's the other thing I was thinking about. And I could do some of those. I've got, where's the card? That's card. No. Piece of card there. One of those. Bring it out. Oop, what happened?
Nothing. We're still here.
I wasn't. I disappeared for a moment. My sleeve caught the screen and must have caught it right where it said dashboard. There we are. Got a nice piece out. Just poke that back in. before everything falls down. There we are. Now, I'm going to paint that. And then I'm going to do some rounds because I've got something to do that with. A hole punch, not a hole punch. Well, it is really, isn't it? But it happens to be punching the round.
What you just put your head on?
No, that was me trying to get the card out so that I'd have something to actually punch. Right, let's get some of these.
I like that purple. I like that. That's nice. That's the two. That's the lavender and the Amsterdam violet. Yeah.
Permanent violet, yes, and
Yeah.
the Seth lavender, correct. So that one's a really dark looking one.
Did you find your heat gun? Did you find your mica powder?
Yes, I did. I got both of those.
Awesome. You did good. I left you with 3 tasks. You had 3 things to do. What was the third?
Oh, I can't remember. Oh, wasn't it the already found? And I can't remember what that was either.
Yes, it was accomplished. So that was written off before we left yesterday, but it was the heat gun and the mica powder in the other room.
Yep. Well, I did find them.
Good job.
Amazing. I actually found what I was looking for.
Well, both were the mica powder you said were in clearly in a box that you should easily be able to find.
And I did, after I figured out it was below something else. Hidden by depth. I'm going to have to do the same with these other colours. Put them out to dry.
Yep.
Oh, that's too big. There we go. A nice little bit.
Yes, Candy wants to know. Oh, wait. Okay, Julie. Stay or go.
Yes.
Okay.
What?
Candy wants to know. So these are going to go on the ATCs you were showing at the beginning. Yes.
Yep. Well, on new ones, not on the ones that are already done. You know, I'm just remaking these sort of things. It won't be quite the same because I will have used different colours, but it's exciting. I find it exciting to be doing a new colour range of the same thing. Now, what I want to do now.
The ATCs she was referring to were the ones in your box that have a base layer already on them. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't call them ATCs, although these particular ones are that size. I call them playing cards because most of them in that box are playing cards. But I don't intend to use them as artist trading cards, so I didn't label the box that.
What do you intend to use?
Once, and I sent off about 6 or 9, can't remember, trading cards in a special folder made specially for them, and I never heard another thing about it. I didn't get anything in the post. She didn't acknowledge receipt of what I'd sent, so I gave up on it. I'm not going to go. So, too much anxiety.
Yeah.
I'm going to put some of these
challenges, and when people do challenges or even the collabs, much as I would love to play along, I'm never sure from one day to the next what I have to do around here. So it's so hard for me to be sure I'll find the time to.
That too, yes. I don't like things to
in a rush and I on a schedule. I got to get it done at a certain time, and that's
Yeah.
hard for me.
Yeah, exactly. That thing, that word, I can't remember the word, but that word.
And I lose
What
our
do they mean? What do they mean? Non-clumping. That's a clump. Like a clump to me.
yeah, but it's not P.
No, it's paint. There we go. I think one more at that end. One more little one like that.
Can you imagine what Mariah would come up with if she didn't have to work every day and answer to her clients and maintain all the things that she does
Yeah.
for her job? I mean, can you imagine the creativity that piano press?
All that pent up artistic oomph. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
exactly.
you're breaking. I'm like, come on, win the
Yeah,
lottery. Because I want to see what she can do, you know?
exactly. Yeah.
If she's an offspring of P, it's like,
Yeah.
there's some good stuff going on in there.
Exactly. Well, she's built a career out of it, so there must be something there. Just we
Absolutely.
don't want to see it. It's all done for clients. Well, we do occasionally. We get some glimpses, don't we?
Yeah. I
We
love
do
her.
get some
I love when
glimpses.
she does a book, a journal, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I'm mesmerized.
Right. So I've got that done. This is water with no cap, so be careful. Let's put that away. So what else can we do now? I don't think there's a great deal more we can do now. Oh yes, I know what there was. Punching some hoodoos because I have a selection of punches. That's nearly dry now. That's dried quite well, but it's not quite. I want it to dry enough to stop being wrinkled, if possible. Doesn't matter if it is still wrinkled. I'm talking about
The canvas.
this. Yeah.
Right.
It's hanging over here, so it's nice and got the air going round it.
Yeah.
So I've got this one.
Let's see. Sometimes the stress takes the fun out. Yeah. And I have so much that I'm responsible for around here that and the artistic flow just doesn't come as easily as I would like it to, especially
Yeah.
worse COVID. Um, Candy says, I like the way the grit shows up on the yellow orange one. Very dramatic.
It
I
does.
agree. That one, I was looking at that going, that looks like vomit, but it really is nice. I could see it on a card. So
I can do it.
Martha says I made mine since I'm her collab since I'm kind of newbie. I didn't know when to post the collab, and then I misplaced my project, so I had to look hard and try to remember where I had it tucked away so it would be safe. Note to self: write a note to self for the next time. um,
Yeah.
as far as the collabs, you can always ask Anne or um, who else?
Mo?
Mo. Um, and or Mariah directly. And if you need any help, direction, when to post, or anything like that, or probably someone else that is in the collab, you can ask them, and always get help. Never be afraid to ask questions in makers.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, absolutely. It's makers isn't just a group. It's a little community
It's a tribe. Tribe it, make it.
Good word.
So I've got some small ones there. I've got a bigger punch or two over here. I can just get at it. And not just that, but I've also got that. Let me grab that one.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm leaning the camera. I'm leaning over the camera's support.
Yep.
So I'm standing up to do this. Now this heart is bigger than it looks on here. And in fact, I really ought to put the heart on there so that I can see it, because it's a help when you're punching. Do you know how? Why didn't that go all the way through? That's fine. Stupid woman didn't poke it all the way through.
Hey.
Sorry.
Yeah. We don't say that word.
Yeah, a couple of hearts. That's exactly the kind of heart I normally draw. So that's handy.
You don't do hearts unless they're wonky.
Yep.
You're not a
heart.
In fact, honestly, Fran, I don't know if I've ever seen you use a punch before.
Well, these were upstairs in the craft room with these shelves and this desk. So now that they're down here, here we go. I haven't used them for a long time. They've been sitting there on a shelf just going, we're here. Are you ever going to use us again? No? So there's some variety of shapes and sizes. I like the Reha punches. They do seem to be quite good quality. Yeah. So I've got a choice now. So I can do some of those. Now, the other thing I would say is I would not use, I'd use different shapes, yes, sure. But I would not use that. Can you imagine trying to get, you could get some in the centre, some other kitty litter in the centre, but look at the sizes. You know, if that was bigger, about 6 times bigger, it might work.
Yeah, but as it is, it would just get lost underneath. It wouldn't have any value.
But it's nearly the same size as one of the others. Not quite. That one's actually got one on there to show what size it is. Now, when I'm doing this with very valuable paper that I've created art on, I just want to use it up as little shapes. Then I punch it extremely closely. I go like this so I can see what I'm doing, and I'm getting it as close as I can so I don't waste any. But this is just white card, so it doesn't matter. And I'm in a hurry. So we'll get rid of that one. What a mess. What a messy person I am.
You're crafty.
Yeah. Well, sometimes.
I don't have to live there, so I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Ian, poor sod, does have to live here, and he's not happy.
He's all right.
That's his classroom, for heaven's sakes.
The next time you go out, just get him some ice cream, and he'll be fine.
Actually, you know, that could well work. He likes ice cream.
He'll be fine.
Yeah. So now we've got all these lovely different shapes to use. And I'm inclined to think about it.
He's pretty happy.
Yes. Yes, he is. So I could do some more yellows. Because that size of yellow is a nice... I think this is a bit big for this particular project, but that size is a nice size. And I like the smaller ones. If you were doing a bigger... if you put that on a card, that size, you pretty much swamped it, haven't you? And that's not the point. The point is to enhance what you've got.
Like you said, too big or too small. So you now you're losing your card.
Yeah, exactly. So
There you go. That's better. Yeah, and your triangles are a good size too, but they're also such a shape that from their lines that you won't lose anything too much. What are you looking
Yeah.
for? Spoon?
Oh, yeah, I'll put my spoon over there. Silly fool. Do a nice yellow one. I've only got the one yellow, so it'd be nice to have two, maybe three. I mean, I'm just playing here, so I mean, folks don't need to hang about if they don't want to.
Yeah.
I will show more interesting things next time, and I'll have more stuff prepped, hopefully, if I ever get my head around that concept.
They need to bring their crafts into the room with them, and they could sit and craft
Yeah,
and have a play date.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, because there's always reroom
yeah.
if they miss seeing something. Just sit and
Yep,
visit with us and have a play date.
exactly. Yeah. Trying to keep them separate because they're of more interest if you can see that they're different sizes and shapes.
Have you considered doing the shape one color and the rocks, the kitty litter a different?
Not really. You could, but you'd have to have dry shapes,
Right.
a dry kitty litter, and put the colour on, and then seal it, and then put your kitty litter on, and then seal that and glue it in place. You know,
No.
I haven't done it.
Why can't you paint your shape, put your kitty litter down in a different color, and then let it all dry? And then seal it.
Well, because look at how much goo is coming out of the pot with the
Yeah.
kitty litter.
All
You
right.
see,
Well, if
you
you
want the kitty litter to sit on a mound of the same colour, yeah, fine. If you want it to be separate from the other colour, you'd have to let it dry like this first.
like the blue.
Yeah, I mean, you could certainly do it that way. I could be using this on some yellow later. Yeah. In fact, it's not a bad idea. I think I'll paint a few ready to put some yellow on. What a brilliant idea. Who said that?
I don't know. I just heard it.
Was it you?
Yeah, could have been. Maybe. Yeah, kind of, sort of. Ha ha ha.
It was your idea. Thank you. I do like to know who to say thank you to.
It was me. I was just sitting here looking at the blue ones there going, well, wouldn't those look cool on that yellow? That yellow is really nice. And that blue is quite vibrant, and the yellow would make that blue pop. So that got me thinking, could
The
you
yellow on blue. So you'd have to paint that blue to put yellow on. Is that what you mean, or you mean the other way around?
the other
Paint
way
it
around?
yellow.
The yellow
Okay.
base with the blue rocks on top. I just thought they'd
Okay.
pop
Well, that's what I'm doing.
a bit of a more modern look and less grunge, I think.
Possibly.
Yeah,
Maybe we don't want to go there.
I don't know. Well, you could always throw it away if you don't like it, you know.
True.
Or if you don't like it, once it's dry, just get your inks out and spray it and turn it into a whole different color.
Yep. Could do.
Nothing's permanent. No, I was envisioning your yellow circle with the blue rocks on it.
Okay. So we've now got 3 yellow things.
And I thought the yellow would make the blue really pop out.
There you go. So that's all ready for that.
What did you do? You're off camera.
Hang on, I'll bring them over. They're a bit damp. So I've got that one. And that one. And that one. And that one. You know, the purple with the yellow rocks on top would be quite nice as well.
Oh, let's see. There you go. Now you're thinking. Candy says, or you could let it dry, then rub some metallic wax on the rocks to give some blingy contrast, or dry brush some metallic paint on them.
Yep, you could.
Yeah, oh, all kinds of ideas now.
Yep, absolutely. So,
but yes,
did I say
you have to put some rocks off to the side to dry, like the blue ones, if you're going to use them like that, so that you don't
do that. I'll do that when I'm off camera because these are all starting to solid up, you know?
Yeah.
So they need to be out drying.
Yeah.
I just want some of that color.
Yeah, I see your yellow getting gooey there. So yeah, I could see how that would work. So that cobalt blue I'm looking at is actually purple. No, the blue you're seeing that you're seeing drying on the table over there is the Klein blue mix.
That one, yes.
Well,
this one is the
right.
This is the blue violet and Sethapta lavender.
But the rocks over there, the gravel over there, that's drying.
These are the Easy Climb. Yep.
Right.
Blue.
Right. You see it now, Julie. If you look at her heart and look at the blue ones above it, you could see the different color.
That's Easy Climb.
Yep.
That's the purple.
Yep.
That's the teal. That's the yellow.
Yep. So you can see the different shades.
Easy Climb. It's really just a very nice ultramarine blue. That's all it is. So you can use an ultramarine blue with no problem at all.
No, what she's using now on the heart is the same as the purple above on the triangle.
This is the same as this.
Exactly. Does that help, Julie? Looks the same. Yeah, I would suspect it does. If used to be you could calibrate your monitors with a color to get more correct color.
But I can't. I don't know how anyway.
Russ has done it because he works in photography, but I've never bothered.
I would if I could, but I can't.
Yeah.
Basically.
The Easy Klein is a super matte blue. Yeah.
Stuart Semple.
What did I say? Oh, super matte. That's probably what she meant. Or not. I don't know.
By Stuart Semple. It's one of those really expensive ones. Don't know why I bought it. Fancied it. Bought it. Probably won't buy any anymore. It's just a very nice blue, that's all. But it's expensive. That's the thing.
Well, usually if you're paying for a better paint, you're paying more expensive. You're getting a more vibrant pigment and
greater amount of pigment.
Yeah.
But the thing I like about the Stuart Semple paints is that so far every one I've bought sells up beautifully on the gel plate.
Oh, high flow.
That's why I get them. So there we are. So we'll leave those to dry, and I'm running out of room now, so I guess I'd better stop. I think. I will let those dry. Then I'll put them in a pot somewhere, and then I'll get the others out of these other ones and put them out to dry as well. Then I'll have some dry ones to play with. Oh boy, I didn't use the sunset.
No, the Sunset Beach. No, you didn't.
Sunset Beach. I'll
And
tell you what, I could do some of that on that.
And you did mention the rust.
Nothing says you can't. Sorry?
You did mention the rust powder too.
Yeah, that's got to be. I don't know exactly how to use that yet. I've got to look at it and follow the instructions and everything. Then. Now then, I am going to do this. Where's my? Here we are.
Well, I was gonna. Julie said, "Bless you."
Thank you. Yes, I was sneezing.
Yes, I heard you, and I was gonna say bless you, but I think you already are. So.
Don't need any more blessings. Oh.
Well,
You got enough.
Yeah, you got enough. What, you want it all?
Of course. It's the human nature.
Yeah, let's tell that to Ian.
Yeah, well, I'm going to put this over here because I'm going to be spraying, and I don't want to dilute any of that.
Yeah.
Just want to find where I put my spray that I was using yesterday. Oh, that's alcohol. That's not it. Cooey, water, where are you?
I don't know, but here's what Julie said. She says, my rust powder, I sprinkle on glue, and then I have to spray vinegar on it and wait for it to change.
Do you spray the vinegar on before it's dried? The glue is dried, or after? This one's got some browns in it.
Is that the sunset?
Yep, that's the sunset. See those little brown pit marks there? Definitely got browns in it. In fact, I might put a bit more on. Or let's put some blackcurrant on with it.
Julie said she didn't wait for it to dry. Ha ha ha
ha. Okay. See that? Isn't that lovely? And I might do a bit of the violet storms as well. I like violet storms.
She said she didn't even think to wait for it to dry. She said use a fine mist, and it's white vinegar. Oh, look at you. Yeah, I was going to ask if you wet the paper first and then put the powder down and then a little spritz. If that, so that when you spritz, it really doesn't blow it away. That's cool. Look at that.
That sounds like me liking that.
That's yeah. It wasn't you sneezing. It looks dendritic.
It looks tasty.
Oh, now you're moving it. Imagine that on a bigger piece. So that's
that's what we did yesterday. That's what we did, except we didn't have the Sunset Beach one.
Right. So that's the powders and the vinegar water.
No, just water.
Water. Well, yesterday
I've got vinegar water, haven't I? What if I spray rusting powder with vinegar water? Yeah. Now, did you put a glob of glue and then put some rusting powder in the glob of glue and then spray it? Or did you brush a surface with glue and then sprinkle the rusting powder over the flat surface and then spray it?
She says, I sprinkled the powder on the glue and then I sprayed with vinegar, and she didn't wait for it to dry. And the powders that she's using, she wants to know what you're using right now. That's the infusions. Julie.
Infusion from Paparazzi.
Thing on your gotta
And
get.
that's Violet Storms. That's the dark one around the outside, Violet Storms. And I also used Sunset Beach, which is almost completely now obliterated by all the other colours, but is in the centre.
There's so, and you just used.
I used cerise. There's no more room.
Yeah, you used the most minute amount of powder. Just you had, just
picked it up in tweezers. And just release the tweezers.
Thank you, Candy. Yes, Paper Artsy infusions. Yeah.
Yep.
I love them.
They're now in France, Paper Artsy.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it lovely? I do like that. Anyway, so I think I'm about done now. Oh yes, I've been streaming for quite a while, and poor old Violet probably wants to go and have some food or something.
Julie wants to know: is it like Nouveau powder or Brusho?
Yes, similar sort of thing.
Yes,
but they're called infusions because some of them have browns in them. I thought all of them had browns in them, but I don't know that the dark blue one doesn't seem to have anything of the kind. It seems to just be this lovely dark thing. I mean, I could spritz it with a bit more water to see what happens. And you can always take another shape. Let's take that broken heart that I cut wrong.
You did this yesterday on the big sheet. Yes, you pulled some of it. Yep. If you show the big sheet that you did yesterday with the infusion.
Yep, will do. Well, I've used a lot of it in cutting up for the
cards. Yeah.
Cards, yes. So.
But at least it's dry. You can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd it go?
But this is one where I picked it up off the. I went down like that and picked it up, and I got that. So just from the.
That looks like a skinned chicken.
It looks like a what?
A defeathered chicken.
Defeathered chicken. That sounds painful.
It looks like
a chicken.
Chicken.
Yeah, it looks to me like a strange amoeba-like sea creature.
Do you ever see those
This is another one we did with all the colors.
Yeah. Do you ever see a rubber
chicken? The what?
A rubber chicken. You know what a rubber chicken looks like? A jokey rubber chicken. Well, that's what I saw.
That's Violet Storms there.
Okay.
So there you go. And you can see the copper in the background on that one. Shining.
Well, that's the card I was looking for, the one with the copper and the
so there's no copper on the back.
Yeah. Well, the copper wasn't an infusion. The copper was the mist.
Yep, that went on first, though. I didn't do that with this, did I?
Yeah, we talked about that, which way to do that, because I like the copper and I wanted it to show, not get buried. So it was like, put your color down.
Well, I could spray copper around there once this is dry.
Right. Now you can, but that was the thing you said, was to put the color down and then come back in with the copper. Don't put the copper down first.
Yeah, because otherwise you cover all the copper. I mean, with this, I'll go over this with copper on the edges, but I've got some copper there already from the lift off from the other one. Anyway, I'm thinking that's me for today. I need to go and have a nice hot cup of tea.
Yeah, sounds good.
Dare say you need to have something to eat.
I've got to go get dinner ready for both of us. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see you on Monday, and we'll see what's developed from all this. And I'll put some more of the pieces out so that we've got some more to try to remember to put some more of the pieces out. But I've got to go and have a sit down for a bit because my back's killing me now.
Yep.
Okay. We'll see you again another time.
7
Monday.
people left, and we have Julie. Thank you so much for being here, and Candy, and Martha, and everyone else who's still here with us. Thank you. We appreciate
Thank
you.
you, everybody. Oh, you brushed the surface with glue. Good-o. Okay. I do have brush-o powder, so I can have a go with that another time. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.